Hello, buongiorno. For those of you who do not know my work, I publish earthquake predictions, and they always turn out always to be very, very accurate on astroweatherwatch.substack.com. These are predictions based on planetary movements and positions, and several physicists have found that planetary movements are strongly correlated with earthquakes. You will find people saying that earthquakes cannot be predicted, but those are seismologists who do not look at planetary movements and positions. They refuse to look at them. They only look at the fault lines, based on which, of course, they cannot predict the earthquakes within a precise week, or it's not possible. They, but planetary movements and positions, since they're correlated with the earthquakes, so as the planets move and go in particular positions, one can predict exactly, or at least within which particular 7 to 10 day period, and sometimes even the very exact day. For example, the coming 13th of January is a critical day, and a strong earthquake could happen in the world in some places at that time. And in fact, could be an uptick in earthquake activity at that time. Could be several magnitude 5 plus earthquakes on that day, including a strong earthquake at least, probably in Italy as well. So 13th of January is something to be critical over, to be careful about. So one can predict even sometimes the exact day, because the planets are moving. We know the planets' movements. These are data obtained from NASA itself. One knows where the planets are, and the strong correlations have been established. You can find several research papers on that. Many physicists have statistically proven that there is a strong correlation between planetary movements and earthquakes. So let me come to the Calabria earthquake and Italy. So by 21st of January, I think today there was an earthquake magnitude 5.1 off Calabria, and I think there would be more earthquakes in Italy till 21st of January at least. I have not looked further beyond. So I can show you my website where I publish all the predictions in advance. That is why they are called predictions. So this is astroweatherwatch.substack.com, astroweatherwatch.substack.com. So this is the website, and as you can see, this is for the period of 8th to 21st of January. Now this was, if I go further up, so this is for all over the world. I am predicting different. This is for the Eastern Hemisphere. That's why I say part one. Western Hemisphere is another separate post, because the world is big. In one post it's difficult to have everything. So it was published on January 7 for the period of 8th to 21st of January. So predicted, published well in advance. So people can also take care if they want to. And of course, this can be predicted even 10 years earlier, because the planetary movements are known. So if someone wants to know what will happen after 2 years in a particular place, they can estimate a probability, like what is the earthquake probability in that area for what magnitude, in that date range. So for example, if I want to show you now some of the Italian lines, because several Italian lines are several prediction lines are going through Italy in this time, and all these prediction lines are for magnitude 5 plus earthquake. So this is one of them, which actually also goes close to where the earthquake happened today, but this is on this side of Calabria. But this is anyway one prediction line. But now one thing to caution about is that when so many prediction lines cross one particular area, it is not that earthquake will happen on every prediction line. That is absurd. Earthquake will happen in that case on one or two of the prediction lines, not on all of them. So this was one line, and then this is another line, as you can see here. So this is the line which I'm most worried about. This is the line on which the earthquake happened today in Calabria, magnitude 5.1. And this line later on goes close to Naples, which is an earthquake prone area quite a bit. And then this goes further in central Italy. Later it goes to Terni, and then it will go to Bologna and Brescia. I can show you the further part. This is the further part. So it goes close to Rome and then goes all through central Italy. Usually I am able to say around which latitude the earthquake will take place. But in this particular instance, it's very difficult to say, because actually all of this area looks very seismically active. And in fact, in the past few days, as you would have noticed, and that was already in my previous set of predictions for the 2nd to 12th of January, you would have noticed there have been a lot of earthquakes between magnitude 3 and 4 in Italy in different places. So one in Brescia yesterday, and then a couple of them have happened also in the Bologna, Ravenna area between magnitude 3 and 4. Most people may not even have felt them, but actually it is indeed true that all of Italy is a bit more seismically active right now. So here I say magnitude 5 plus or even magnitude 6 plus earthquake for this particular line especially can happen, and it is on this particular line that magnitude 5.1 earthquake happened today. So I can show you some more lines are there now on in it. As I said, many prediction lines are crossing Italy in this period till 21st of January. So this is another line goes near Bologna, goes near crosses Tuscany, Toscana, and then goes again on the west side of Rome. Yeah, crosses it. So this is again magnitude 5 plus or even 6 plus can happen. So of course, as I said, it's not that that line and this line, both lines will have earthquakes. One of these lines could have, and actually one of them has already had. So the prediction is actually already successful. 5 plus already has happened on this line today. So this prediction is already successful, and yet what I think is that more earthquakes are remaining. There's still sting in the tail, especially because it has happened so early already in this period, 8th to 21st of January. So as the moon will move, it will trigger different planets while during its movement, and the moon has yet much more to move during this 8th to 21st of January. So this trigger will happen several times, and there could be more earthquakes on the way. Now I don't. Yeah, there is another line you can see here. Yeah, this Navedse. Yeah, this is the line on which the Brescia earthquake happened yesterday. It was only 3.4 magnitude 3.4, but this line is also a line which worries me. So this goes again right through central Italy. I mean, there is not much distance between that line, the one I showed you earlier, and this line. And then there is completely different portion of Italy. This is the last line which crosses Italy, which goes through Liguria, La Spezia. Now Liguria is an earthquake-prone area. Now here I'm not sure whether earthquake would really happen or it would be just some high amount of rainfall or something like that. But of course, if it happens, it could be magnitude 5 plus again in this area. But this line is very separate from all those other lines. All those other lines go through like central Italy. But this line goes in a different area. It goes through, well, it goes close to Bergamo, which also is a earthquake prone area, not far from Brescia also. So on the northern end, it's not very far from all those lines. So I guess Brescia, Bergamo area becomes a bit critical anyway. But then later on, it does not go obliquely, it goes straight down and crosses into the sea near La Spezia. So anyway, so I hope stay safe. If you are in touch with any local councillors, then tell them to fix the city in case there are any buildings left which are shaky. Yeah, hope that they fix them before anything happens. Hope nothing happens, or even if something happens, it's not damaging. So, but it's always good to be prepared and to fix things in advance rather than later on regret and then do things in as a reaction. It's good to be proactive. So tell your local councillors to just make sure that everything is in order. They have all the drills. They are conversant what to do if an earthquake does happen, if a big enough earthquake happens, and fix any shaky parts, buildings, any trees which look like falling, all such things. So yeah, stay safe, everyone. Buona giornata. Bye bye.